So this is all bolted up together now, and this is the other side of the capsule. So it's like a swivel thing. I've explained it before what it is, and I've put it onto, terminated it onto some JST ZH pins. So there's a couple of sockets there. So we've got a 4-way socket for the 2 track motors and a 2-way socket for if I wanted to put a grading blade on the front, then I'd operate or plug the motor in for the grading blade in at that socket. So these are the track motors, and I've installed a JST ZH 4-way plug and socket, so they will actually plug in directly into the socket that we looked at earlier, and then this frame will hook in and screw into the top part of the track frame, and the half shafts and the sprockets, the drive sprockets, will be installed into this unit. And then this little gear shaft, where are we? So we've got this little gear shaft, and that engages into the worm gear. So it will sit in that track there. So that engages the worm gear and then transmits the drive across to the half shafts, which fit, let's turn that around a minute, fit in there. But before I put the final cover on of the final drive train, so pointing out there, that is the pinion gear of the motor. Got worm drive there, and that's connected to this idler shaft, and that is the first reduction gear, and then goes across on the same gear but reduced down in size to pick up the half shaft of this half shaft is the left, and across to the other half shaft, which is the right. So it looks initially like the 2 axles are tied together, but they're not. They're allowed to, these gears are allowed to freewheel on the shaft, so the shaft doesn't actually turn, it's the gears themselves, so they're driven individually by their own motor. So we've got a left and a right motor. Two screws in there that hold the gearing. Then we've got the motors in there as well. They're all connected up. They're going through the capsule and coming up to termination there. So these are on plugs now. So it's got a 4-way plug to plug into the motor driver, and a separate 2-way plug, which was those spare pair of wires that I should be using when I put a blade on the front.